how an histogram is made. This is the most common question that is asked now. Photographers now are confronted with so much technology that they have never planned to use. Photography was simple before. You just put a film in a camera. Now you have dials, buttons, and menus in the back of a camera. Histogram is made, it is a pile up of the pixels according to their density. Let me be clear. If an image is taken with little squares, and you will see an illustration of this as we speak. There's a 20 pixel image right there, and all the pixel will be classified on a graph from the darkest to the lightest. So each pixel comes and is placed according to its density. This is an histogram. An histogram is no magic. It's just placing in an orderly fashion all the pixels from an image. You hear the word histogram as soon as you talk about exposure because you need to refer to the histogram to avoid any overexposure or underexposure. And the histogram will tell you we are overexposing. For example, when we reach the extreme right side of the histogram, we know that the pixels that are there contains no information, no color information. They are pure white with nothing in there. So it is impossible to recuperate from that mistake if this happens. So you need to refer to your histogram, not the viewfinder in the back of the camera. If you go on the LCD, the information that is there may tell you everything is washed out or everything is dark, but the histogram will give you the real story because it is a count of each colored pixel and where they are within the range. The histogram will tell you about safe exposure by not touching the edges. If your image go and bump toward the right edge or the left edge, it tells you you have lost information, you have lost definition. So this is how the histogram will tell you about safe exposure. Just imagine all the information on your histogram being in the center of the fork of the two walls. It's like having all the stones in front of a shovel. If they are all in front of the shovel, you will be able to pick them up. This is the same way that the camera will pick up all the information in the image. If they are outside of the shovel, they will be left there and bring no information to your image. The histogram itself has nothing to do with color balancing. The histogram is only an indication of the exposure value and the level of information available in your image. So if you change your exposure by setting overexposing or underexposing, you will move the histogram in there, but the color balance itself is not made through the histogram. The color balance coach disc is so efficient communicating with the histogram by the presence of 4 different zones on the target. And these different values on the target will be piling up in certain region of the histogram. So if you see the histogram, you have the illustration right now, the black pixels that are here all pile up on the left side. The gray information, the gray pixel, the gray little blocks will come and pile up in the center, and the reflective white will go at the extreme right, and the translucent or dull white will be just beside. And you need to see a difference. You have a visual difference now between these two values, so they need to be visible on the histogram. So when you take a picture of the center of the color balance coach disc, you will have only 4 peaks on your histogram, and this is what will tell you that your exposure will be perfect.